Hi everyone, welcome back to World of Mike the Partwork Wrangler, and today on the channel we've got issue number 2 of Build the Disney Doors House, brought to you by Harshep Partworks. Now in here is quite a lot to do. We're doing the front doors too and your Mickey Mouse figurine. We've got to put some detailing onto the doors. Now this was the issue that came with the sandpaper and tweezers. For some reason I thought it was issue 1. So yeah, they actually come with issue 2, and as you can see here, I'll try and get this up a little bit more. We're going to be doing just basically some mould work that we need to put around the doors and giving that decorative appearance there on that section here. And then the other aspect of this build is that we are doing as you can see, more moulding. But the other part is we do actually get these parts here, which I thought we were doing in this issue. It's actually issue 3, so ignore that. Okay, so Mickey Mouse, the symbol of Disney, and obviously a bit about Dumbo, and that is your poster for this one, Fantasia. So that is that one there. So we've got a lot to do in this one. Now this is our little Mickey Mouse figure that we get in this issue, with his lovely little hat, as if he's just greeting someone. As you can see, it's actually made of rubber by the sounds of it, rubber, plastic, that sort of thing. But yeah, first little figure. And just to recap, these are what's going to go into Mickey Mouse's room. So he's got his armchair and Mickey Mouse, and they are designed to stand up, as you can see, so very, very nice indeed. Now just to let you know, obviously these are the doors. That was door 1, and then as you can see, this was door 2. I did decide to put elastic bands around it just to reinforce it a bit and to hold it together. So as you can see, we've got our 2 doors all ready to go, like so. And then when we get round to doing obviously this door, I'll just release that because I have been working on that today, so I'm just allowing that to dry a bit. So this is our sandpaper. We are very kindly given these beautiful silver tweezers to do. Right, so this is where the fun part starts. Now we do have 2 lengths of these. As you can see, you've got a short length and a big length. We're going to be using the big length because what we need to do is we need to cut these segments out of this wood. So as you can see, I've got my craft knife thing here. I do need to replace the blade on it, but as you can see, what I'm going to be doing is just cutting that out very slightly, and as you can see, it should just peel away from the wood. I'll cut out all of them for now. There's that one. That's that one. And then last but not least, it's that one there, and that one there. Now we don't actually use these bits here, so you can get rid of them at a later date. Now what we're going to do is I need to get some of this out because we need to then sandpaper there's little rough edges on here. You can use this, or you can use like a file if you've got a file, but I'm going to sand it with, oh, we've actually got 2 pieces there. I'm just going to sand this. Right, so, and it's just really to take off them rough edges a bit. So yeah, I'm just going to give that a little bit more of a sand, just to really just take the rough edges off. Okay, and then what we need to do is to secure this into the doors. Now I'm going to do this a bit back to front, okay, because they tell us to put the green parts on, but I'm actually gonna, because I've cut out the white bit first, I'm gonna work on the white bits first. And they're gonna go up to there and basically hook, line and sinker into the top of here. So this is where you may want tweezers, or you know, you may want, you may not, it's entirely up to you. And we're just gonna basically get a little bit of glue all along here of the wood glue, and then just brush that along like so. I'm not going to put an awful lot on there. Just put a little bit more down there, and then that's going to basically slot into here. Now, we were supposed to be doing the green bit first, which is the inside of the door. However, it confused me a little because the first photo shows to cut out the white ones. So yeah, and then I'm just gonna, whoops, just hold that there for a couple of minutes while that sets a bit. And then, as you can see, while that's holding its thing and doing its job, we will then work on the smaller parts. Now, for this part, you do actually need to have the longer parts here. So these little small bits, they're actually for the bottom piece that go around here. So this part here would feed down the bottom of this one, okay? And then obviously you would put these two ones up the top. So I'm just gonna put, it's probably best to cut out the larger ones for now. So I'll probably just cut them ones out, which will be in this one here, I should imagine, because they're the longer ones. So I need the longer ones for that, and we'll just cut this out. And as you can see, this will then marry up and sit there. So while that's still drying a bit, I'm just gonna sand that off. And that, my friends, will go into this section and sit quite snug up the top. Now they do say to cut it off, but at the top if it's a bit too big. But what I do is I leave it on. I've always been able to squeeze it in and get that in there quite lovely. So yeah, that's what we'll do on that one. And we'll just secure that into position once it's all lovely and on there. Okay, so this one will go into here. As you can see, I can push that in there at that top corner and that works fine. So I don't find that I need to cut that off. But it sits in there quite snug at a lovely jubbly. So we'll just give that a couple of minutes to set as well. Okay, while that's doing its magic, we can then work on this little piece here. We'll just cut this part out as well. Still a bit joined, yeah. Oh, lovely. So let's just pop a bit on there. We'll just get another little bit just to go down here. Oh, and then that's going to go into this little segment down the bottom here. And again, as you can see, that's sitting in there quite lovely indeed. Now there is a little bit of a gap, but not entirely sure why there is, but we'll sort that out in a minute. Just hold that in for a couple of minutes and let that bond. So the next piece is probably going to be in that section there. So yeah, might have to hold that a couple of minutes. I'm just going to pause the video to allow that to bond a bit. Okay, so now we need to cut out another little bit, another big part. So I'm just going to put that over there for the minute, and we're just going to cut ourselves out this part here, and where is it, this part up here. Right, oh, there's a middle one, that's why it's not. Lovely jubbly. So then we're going to just get ourselves the sandpaper again. Whoops. Don't want to sand the wrong piece off. As I'm sanding, I'm also feeling the grain to make sure there's no bumps or lumps, if you get me. So just sand off a little bit more there, and then this part will fit into there quite lovely. So here we go again. Yeah, this issue, when I saw it, I was quite like looked at it and was like, oh, quite daunting looking at this issue. But once they're done, you know, it's perfect. So okay, just turn the door bit around again and shove that down there, and that should sit rather snug into that position. Now this one we might have to cut that bit off. There's a bit of I can normally get this in, so I'm just going to try this a minute. Yeah, there we go. I can normally just push that bit in, and that will go in there quite lovely. So that bit there might need a bit more glue, so I can put some down there with a cocktail stick if need be. So okay, so what I'm going to do is just change this cotton wool buckets with, I like to use fresh ones on each piece, so get me the cotton wool bud. Right, so now we're going to do the bottom part. And again, I'm not going to show you this all over again with the other door, because it's just pointless. So now we're going to be working on these smaller parts here. So I'm going to get a piece of my glue and just run that down all the way in towards the crevice here. Right, so that can go into this part here. And then that will feed into that little section just there. And again, just wiping away that excess glue. Brilliant. And we'll hold that there for a couple of minutes while we make some room on the desk for the next piece. That's a dead blank bit, which we need the bottom bit to that in a minute. As you can see, that's going in there quite lovely. I'll just give it a helping hand there. And then we'll just cut the next piece off, which we're going to probably need this part here. So lovely jubbly. And that will form obviously the top part that goes up here. So and also because it's got corner parts, when you push that in, that will make this like buffer up against that and stick to it a bit more as well. So it sort of helps it to glue into position as well, which is quite nice. So yeah, I didn't think we'd get this done today because we've had a bit of overcast weather and I rely on daylight to do it. So I don't like to work with like an actual light, so I like to work with natural daylight. So right, okay, that's struggling a little bit. Let's just push that in. Yeah, lovely. Okay, so one needs to buffer up a bit. A little bit of glue stuck there. I'll just push that down a bit. What I will do actually is just run a bit of glue down that crack and then just push that down there a bit and suction it. Just hold that there for a minute. So yeah. Now, what I'll do is I'll just get the other bit in first and then that'll push that up, you see. So just want to get that little piece which is over here. Yep, and then I'm going to get a bit more glue. Just need to get some more out. Oh, there we go. And we'll just put a little bit more of this glue all along here like so. And Angela, you asked me a question. I haven't responded to that because I've already covered that question in the Lich King video at the end of issue 2, I think it was. So you just refer to that video, because Angela asked me what happened to the first build, which would have been this build, but yeah, Angela did ask me what happened, and I did cover that in issue 2 of the Lich King, so I hope that helps. I won't answer questions of the same, you know, the same question, if you get me. So yeah, because I get quite a lot of comments. So right, that's that part. Now it is, might have had to have cut that bit off maybe, but I'm happy to leave that there. Just going to take a nugget of that out a bit, and then we'll get the last little piece in for this door. But it's quite good because I can work on the other door while watching like a YouTube video of the channels that I watch to catch up. So while I'm watching that, I can get on with doing the other door in post-production sort of thing. So, and then of course this is going to sit down there. So what I might do is just cut that off a smidge, just to fit that in, because they do say to cut some of it off. So, and again, it doesn't have to be perfect, you know, as long as it just fits. That's all I care about, is if it fits. That's what I'm achieving. So Christy, some residue of the glue that's dried, but I can get a baby wipe or something on that to just lift that up. So I watched this lady on the repair shop, she's called Lucia, and the work she does on that show of, you know, bringing old paintings back to life, it's fascinating to watch. But that is our first door. Fabulous. So what I might have to do is just put a bit of glue on that, but to be fair, it don't look that bad actually, so I think I've done a good job on that. So as I say, I'll have to do that all over again on the other door. Now these parts here, they're to do with issue 3, because it's like the window, the door frame basically. So these parts here won't get used. So what we'll do is we'll put them to one side because they won't get used yet. So yeah, they will get used at a later date. So what we've got to do now, I'll keep these ones separate as well because they're for that door. Probably won't need that or that, so let's just see what we want. We want one of them, probably one of them, a big one. Right, so now we've got to do it all over again, but on this side. So I think for this side what we'll do is we'll just cut the lengths that we need for the minute. So we know that we need this side here, that's one of them, and then we need this one, this one, and then this one, and yeah, so as I say, again, I'm not going to be showing all of the doors because you've seen how one of the doors go together, and I'd rather do that second one in post-production. So okay, so that's that one, and then we need this one again. Whoa, that's that one, and then of course the small little ones, which, yeah, that's this rod here. Lovely jubbly. So tomorrow issue 3 will be up tomorrow. Batman, I'm still waiting on. They've given me the allocation now for Lich King, so hopefully not too much longer to wait. So I want to get back into doing the Batmobile. So here we go again. So we're just going to go around the edge of the green side now, because I think, isn't the green something to do with Alice in Wonderland? Oops. Okay, we don't need that craft knife anymore, so we can put that quite well. We actually might, because we need to shorten it again like that other one. Surprising with wood glue, you put a very little amount out and then you just need so much more. Okay, so that part's going to go into this little channel up the top here. Again, just roll that off, and I'll just hold that there for a couple of minutes. While I do that, I can refill the glue while I'm holding that. Okay, there's a bit more of that. Lovely jubbly. And while that's bonding, we can get on with the next piece. So the next piece is probably this little runner. Yep. Not a fan of sandpaper either, I much prefer using a file, but I thought, well, they've given us it, so might as well just use it. That's one, and then two. Lovely jubbly. Ooh, that's a bit too much. Now, some people will use tweezers, but I'm fine. I like to work with my hands, so I'll only ever use them if really, really necessary. So, yeah. Okay, so we'll put that into. Oh, that fitted in bloody beautifully. Oh, wow. Love it when a part fits in so, like, cushy. Just get some of this. What is this around there? All this gunk, like dust and stuff. So that's that part. And then we can work on, where's that long piece? This is the one I want. Oh. Okay, that's this. I feel like I've done this issue 3 times. I don't know where it is at the moment, but I have done issue 3 before, and it's around here somewhere, because I do 2 of these builds, because one of them is being transformed. It's not going to have like the whites, the pinks, so that's quite a long project. It's basically like a very slow project, so I do that whenever. But I was going to show you, and I can't remember, it's probably in one of the boxes, but I get these really cool storage boxes from Home Bargains, and they're really, really good size boxes. So they're called Home Solution ones. So if you have a look on the website, you get a 16 litre or 5 litre, 9 litre. So, but they are really big sellers, because every time I go there, they're near enough out of stock. So you have to grab them quick. Right, we're nearly done, guys. So we just got to do a few more ones, and then that's that issue done and dusted. So yeah, tomorrow we'll have another episode of this, just try and move this along a bit more. What we're doing is, this will originally go to one day of the week, but because we're waiting for some parts to come in for the other builds, this will just have a few more extra days, you know, of it being done, you know. Issue 4 is quite an easy one. That's just, I believe it's just doing Alice in Wonderland's green table, so that's quite a quick one. I love a quick, easy issue. But yeah, I'm looking forward to getting Mickey Mouse's wall on. I cannot believe how long I've waited for that wall. So yeah, just as I thought, this is gonna have to be shortened. So I'll just run the glue on. You might be wondering why I don't check it before I glue it, but that's because it could fit when I glue it. So I'd rather just do it when I can get it to glue in, as you can see, like that. So it saves you having to check and then re-glue it, check, re-glue it, you know. Lovely jubbly. We get another couple more, but I think because these are going as well, so let's just take that excess off. Lovely. So now we can work on this last little bit down the bottom, and then that's that issue done. Because as I said, I will work on the other door in post-production, like I've done with this one here. So as you can see, they're both, I do one on camera, one off, you know. It just saves having to watch it all over again, like in the video. And it also sometimes can shorten the video, make it a bit shorter as well. So yeah. Alright, so we'll put this down onto that one. Thought so, is that? Hang on a minute. Yeah, went on the side. Okay, that was supposed to go on the side, not on there. Fell down. I think that's got enough glue on it to bond it, but that's fine. I can, as I say, any glue residue, I can just get a baby cloth on that, or wet wipe, whatever they call it, and sort that out. Lovely. Oh, 2 more to do. I'll have a nice coffee after this, I think. This is a workout. Angela, I found something of yours earlier. I'll show you in a minute. I was going through some crap today, and you know, stuff I don't really need anymore. And I found this, Angela. Do you remember that? Gift from Angela McCabe. Yeah, Angela's been a long-term friend of mine. She's been very supportive to the channel, and it's very much appreciated. I think I've known Angela now for probably a couple of years now, because I don't know how we met, but whether I met her channel first or she met my channel first, but yeah, she's been a long-term supporter, so it's been quite lovely. I love this green and white on it, it's really nice. Now, I'm not sure if to get this part in first or the other little green bit, but I have to wait and see. See how we get on with this first. It's gonna go there, lovely jubbly. Oh, yeah, that is good. Look at that. Beautiful. Hopefully that will go in all under one as well. Yep, beautiful. Excellent. Just hold that shut a minute. A couple of minutes to bond while I get my other piece. One more piece to go. Oh, I feel worn out already. Some of these issues you can get like big ones, the small ones, you know, very quick issues, and then some are quite longer issues. I don't know what all this grey stuff is, but it's probably just where the glue's drying. With wood glue it will dry quite flaky, so yeah, okay, lovely. So that a little bit up there, and then we'll just do our last little piece for the, whoa, come on, the sandpaper's alive. Now eventually I will move these to live videos, but I just find it's easier to do it pre-recorded, because then you can pause the video when you're waiting for bits to dry, whereas in the live I would have to cut all the bits where we're waiting for it to dry out to shorten the video up. So it's just easier for this build to be pre-recorded at the time, at this moment in time. Just need a bit more slonge. Alright. Do you know, I've had this wood glue for ages, like probably about 2 years now. It's quite expensive. I think I paid like £7 for it, but to be fair with you, it lasts quite a long time really, so yeah. Then we're going to put this part into there, seal the crack, and job done. Oh, look at that. Yeah, man. I love it when every part goes together beautifully. So really, we only had to cut a few pieces out, but that is it. Wow. Yay. Another one done and dusted. And I didn't have to use these tweezers, which were good. So, as I say, I don't really use tweezers very much. I like to work with my hands and do it by hand, you know. So, we'll pop that over there. I'm going to take the elastic bands off of here because that's probably dried now. I just purely use these to hold the parts together, and the tighter the band, the more it will sandwich. So yeah, I worked on this today while catching up with some YouTube videos of creators I watch, and yeah, so as I say, that went together quite nice. I know we did it back to front, but as you know, with me, I get it all. Sometimes it's back to front, but we still do it. But as you can see, that's what it's looked like, and I'll get a baby cloth on that part there. It's like a little bit of grey glue bit. Let's see if we've got a cocktail stick, see if we can get that off quickly. But yeah, it's basically just where it will come off, as you can see. So it's just where it, just get a wet wipe for it. But as you can see, what you need to aim for is this Mickey Mouse is that side, and then you get this Mickey Mouse, which is the other side, and then we have the two doors here. So yeah, as I say, I will do the trimming and all that stuff on this side in post-production. I just don't want to show you two of the same thing for the whole video. I feel that that would be awfully boring to watch it all over again. But anyway, that's issue number 2 done of the Disney Dolls house. As I say, the other parts I showed you there for issue 3. And issue number 3 will be up on Monday at the usual time, 7:30. And yeah, thanks for watching. Please remember to like, share, subscribe, and tap that good old notification bell. That'll alert you when the next video is up. And I'll see you on Monday for issue number 3. Take care. Bye bye for now.